Hi, I'm Lola. I'm a freshman here at ISU and I'm on the women's tennis team. I'm Lideadha. I'm from Dublin in Ireland. I'm on the tennis team and I'm a freshman. I have a twin sister, Lola, and then I have two older brothers. So it was nice, like Ireland's like small, so like I feel like you sort of know everyone in Ireland and everyone knows each other. And we grew up like just outside Dublin City, so it was really nice, like we were really close to the city, but then also like there was a greenery around, like parks and stuff, and loads of tennis courts, so it was nice. From the start, I think we were like best friends from the start. Like we never really fight. Well, we say we don't fight. Everyone says we argue, but we don't call it argue. But no, we get on really well. Like from the start, I think we're just best friends. She's a really caring sister. Like even my brothers would say, like she's the nice, like she's like the mom sort of like and she's really nice to me. Like she'd always look after me before she'd look after herself. Me and Sol are definitely the more like competitive and sporty in the family, and probably get that from my dad. He'd be really into tennis also. So my grandparents were really into tennis, so when they passed away, all my aunties and uncles like thought of this like tournament to play. So every year, all my aunties, my uncles and cousins, we all go down to Ballybunion, which is in Kerry, a really nice part of Ireland, and we have like a tennis tournament. And it's on like a really bad court, like the net's like half broken, there's a fence and there's like holes off the fence, but like it really doesn't matter. Like, we have a lot of fun and it's really competitive. You'd think it wouldn't be that competitive because the standard isn't too high, but like my family are very competitive, so it can be kind of fun to play. When we were younger, my dad played, so he'd like bring us down and we'd hit with our dad, and then like during summer he put us in summer camps and stuff like that. But we actually didn't play that much when we were smaller. Like we'd only play in the summer and then we wouldn't play in the winter. It was only when we sort of got to like 14, 15, 16, we sort of wanted to choose a sport. Like we played a lot of other sports, like we did athletics, we did Gaelic football. So then when we got a little older, we sort of wanted to like pick a sport, and then we sort of just fell in love with tennis, and we sort of trained a lot more when we got older. But like as juniors, like we didn't enter that many tournaments. It was only when we sort of were older we decided to like just pick tennis and train that. It's hard growing up in Ireland playing tennis because of the weather. Like it rains a lot and we don't have many indoor courts, so it's a lot of like playing outside in the rain and the wind. But I think it really builds character, definitely. Tennis isn't a big sport in Ireland, so it's kind of is hard to find people to play with. So I was always lucky to have Sol to play with because like we're always like really competitive with each other. So it's always nice to have someone to play with all the time. And then my dad also plays, so I played a bit with him, and then we also had a lot of friends in our local tennis club, so we got to play with them too. But it was hard with the weather, definitely, no indoor courts. It was definitely a massive advantage having Sol growing up playing tennis with. Definitely for doubles, like I always had a partner, and because we trained so much together, it's like we can read each other's minds. That's what some people would say. Every training session was a competition, and we would always like bounce off each other. Like if I didn't want to go play tennis and Sol did, I'd have to go play because I didn't have a choice. And then same with her, she didn't want to play one day, like I would push her to play. So we were always pushing each other to get better, definitely. And I think that she's just so hardworking. Like anytime I don't feel like playing tennis or whatever, she's always there and she wants to keep going. And I just think her personality, has a really strong personality. So I didn't really know a lot about like tennis in the States, and like I always knew that like after secondary school that I wanted to do more tennis, but in Ireland like that's not really a thing. If you're just playing college tennis in Ireland, like it's like maybe once a year you might have a match, and it's not a big thing. I think we always we wanted to do something in sport, like we would love to come over to the States, but we didn't really think we were good enough. Like we didn't know how to do it, how to get a scholarship, we had no clue. And then we played a league match, and after the league match, one of the women on the other team said, "Oh, like you should try and go for scholarship." And we were like, "Oh, like we don't really know how to do that." And she's like her brother, Mark Finnegan, he's our agent. So her brother is Mark, and she was like, "Oh, you should talk to my brother." So then it was really random. We went to one of his like lectures one day, and then we talked to him. He was like, we set up a day to like hit with him. And after he was like, "Oh no, like you're definitely good enough." Like, and from straight away we were just a bit like, "Oh, like we are good enough." And then from there we signed with Mark, and then we literally just trained like 24/7. and we started to win more in tournaments, and we just enjoyed it like 10 times more because we actually had like something to work for. We had a few different schools, we were talking to a few different schools, so it was like we weren't sure, we were trying to weigh up like Idaho State and other colleges, but we really liked Gretchen, like that was the main thing. Like Gretchen was just so nice to us, and she seemed really positive about our play. And then Division 1, like we wanted to play Division 1 for sure, and then being together as well, like it was literally everything from when we set out to get a scholarship, like everything ticked the box. Idaho State ticked every box, and we were just like, we'll just commit here. Especially for my parents, they're like, I think at the start when we were like debating stuff like, are we going to go together and like where we're going to go, and my parents like, well, you're not going if you're not going together. And we're just like, we are, like, you know, like we're different people, but we did. Like the main thing is we wanted to go together, and then when like we thought it was going to be harder than it was, but because we played like doubles together, like a lot of coaches seem to like the fact like, oh, we play doubles together and stuff. And then we met Gretchen, she liked twins, and like, she's happy with our doubles play, so it worked out well. The SATs was like really tough for us. I was so worried like checking my results, and then I checked my results and I got what I needed, but like the stress was not over because I didn't know what saw I got yet. So I found out her password, I guessed her password, and I checked her results before she saw, and I found out that she got it too, and I thought I was going to start crying. Like I was so happy. We were so happy, like even like our family, like we were all like shouting at me, like, we were so happy. And then from there it was just like hoping that COVID wouldn't stop us and our visas and stuff, but we were so happy. Like I felt like the stress was just gone, and I was just like so excited. I don't think it was too hard transitioning coming over here. I think we were both like so excited to get here that as soon as we were here, we just wanted to like experience everything. So I think like I was never nervous coming here, and I always felt like I was gonna fit in straight away and stuff. So I think there's certain things like what people would say are a little different, but definitely the transition has been so easy, and like everyone's so kind and nice. So I feel like my teammates have been so welcoming too. So it's been quite easy. I cannot wait to play the matches. It's in the back home, like it's not a big team sport. While here, I feel like we're such a good team, so I can't wait just to play the matches. It's gonna be fun. We sort of know each other so well, so like even in practice, like if I was playing with someone else, I'm a bit like unsure, like what are they gonna do? But like when we play together, like it's like we're twins. Like loads of people are like, oh, like can you read each other's minds? But like we sort of can on the court. Like I know where she's gonna go, so like I feel like really comfortable playing with her, and like I think it'll be a little bit less like nervous because like I know her so well. Like I'm really looking forward to it. I feel like here, like you're on a team, like everyone wants you to win just as much as you want to win yourself. So I can't wait for like the atmosphere and everyone like playing and getting pumped and stuff like that.